All right, we'll start here in the middle section, third row.
Hi, I'm Stephanie with the Nine Basketball. I'd love to know your thoughts on how revenue sharing is impacting recruitment as you're looking ahead to like the coming seasons.
As of today, we have one.
Right, exactly. That's what.
Right. but I'm okay. I think rev share is impacting everyone on different levels. I mean, you got to be creative in this space. I certainly don't overpromise when it comes to rev share and NIL. I'm only gonna spread it out with what we have, like in hand, not necessarily, trying to go out and get it. So you'll lose some recruits in that regards, and if it's all about the money, right? They're a lot cheaper the second time around, so I'm okay with letting them go. I do think we got a quality program that produces pros, and when you are at a point in your career as a young person, when that becomes the priority, like really the priority, we always get a look the second time around, and I'm okay with that as well.
Coach, we'll go over here to our left on the aisle.
Hi, Coach. Brooke with the Players Tribune. What's the best piece of advice you've received throughout your coaching career?
When I first got into coaching like 25 years ago, I worked, alongside a colleague by the name of Coach John Chaney. And as we were walking to the press conference, he gave me this advice. He said, if anything goes wrong, blame your assistant coaches. No, but I mean, for me, I've had a lot of different coaches, and I've taken a little bit of this and a little bit of that from them. From a Tara Vanderveer, she was very methodical, very, very studious when it comes to basketball. So I learned how to just not surfacely look at basketball. You got to have some depth to that. Nell Fortner was super positive. Like, she really, no matter how things look or felt to her, she always gave a positive outlook on what was happening. And then someone like a Van Chancellor, who pretty much, he said, roll the ball out, do what you do. He had a veteran group when he coached me as a Houston Comet, and then he coached me in the Olympic Games, and he was just so, I would say, veteran. Like he coached veterans, and he allowed veterans to kind of lead the way, and it helped me, throughout my career to understand how to treat veterans, how to not put as many, mileage on their legs. So I'm always conscious of that. And then I work alongside of Alisa Boyer, who has way more coaching experience than I do, and just knows the game. She thinks the game. She loves the game. She's a great supplement and complement to the things that I don't do well.
Coach, we'll go over here to our right in the front row.
Hey, Coach. Jack Pilgrim with KSR. Kenny Brooks, when he took the job at Kentucky, talked about that program being a sleeping giant. Just what can you say about his first year there and the current momentum that he's building in Lexington?
Yeah. I don't think most people outside of Kenny's comment would think they're a sleeping giant. Like, Kentucky's Kentucky. Kentucky's a brand, right? So I think he walked into a situation where people love to wear, people love to be a part of Big Blue Nation, and I think he's done extremely well his first year. I think he'll continue to do so in our league, and we look forward to what was the rivalry. That was the team that we played twice every year. We don't have that situation anymore, but certainly look forward to the asset he's become in our league.
Coach, we'll stay over here on the right side, about 4 rows back.
Michael Sauls with the State Newspaper. Don, obviously you loosed Anaya Fagan to the draft, and now you're going to be without Chloe and Ashlyn this year. What do you need out of those other forwards on the roster in their absence, and who are you kind of expecting to be a commanding presence in the post this year?
I mean, I just really need them to be themselves. I mean, Chloe's irreplaceable for what she brings, both tangibly and intangibly. But all the players on our roster, with the exception of our 2 transfers and our freshmen, they know what it's about. Miriam's playing extremely well and much improved. Adele's playing much improved. Joyce, Joyce is Joyce. Joyce is going to probably take the brunt of it because she's just got more playing experience under us. But, the same conversations I'm having with Joyce with or without Chloe, I'm having. So it's not like, we're going to ask somebody to be Chloe because that's impossible. But we're unafraid to go into the season without Chloe. Like, you're not going to see us, we're not going to skip a beat. Our players know that anytime we sustain any kind of injury, we believe in the system that we put together. We believe in the players that we assembled. I mean, if you look at throughout our time at South Carolina, we haven't had very many injuries throughout my career, but the times that we've sustained some injuries, we won a national championship after sustaining an injury to Elena Coates, right? We'll figure out a way, and we'll make adjustments. And I'm somewhat glad it happened at this time where you don't have to make adjustments mid-season. You go with who's healthy to go.
Coach, we'll go over on the right-hand side again on the out.
Myron Metcalf, ESPN. Coach, you talked about producing pros. You're obviously an important voice in the women's game. What was your reaction to Nafisa Collier's comments about Kathy Engelbert that she made a couple weeks ago?
It sounds like it's personal in her perspective of the situation, and I think people have to understand they're negotiating, right? So in negotiations, like any other issues that come up, there's always going to be an emotional attachment to it. And then there's facts. So, once we get down to the facts, I do think it's going to get done. So both of them are playing the sides that need to play. I think it was brave of Fee to step out there and put her name on the line when it comes to where the players stand, right? And at the same time, you look at Kathy Engelbert, and I don't think there's another commissioner that has accomplished what she has for the state of women's professional basketball. So they're negotiating. It's part of it.
Coach, we'll go over on the left. Jeff.
Hey, Don, Jeff Goodman. Another one kind of off topic a little bit. I know you interviewed with the Knicks this past offseason. How much interest, how much of a desire would you have to be a trailblazer and be the first women's coach, maybe in the NBA or in men's college basketball someday?
How much do I have in me?
Yeah.
Not really a whole lot, but I did the Knicks interview because I've known Leon Rose for 30 years, and because of that, I'm a person that I need a connection to the people, right? So I have a connection to him and World Wide West. So I've known them all my life, and it was a real interview, and I like to see what they're talking about, and if there's somebody that is interested in knowing and interested in being the first female NBA coach or such, I got all the information. Come see me, because I'll get you prepared for the interview. And if there are NBA franchises that are interested in hiring a female, I'm here too, because you got to be ready to take on that and all the things that it comes with, because it's not just hiring the first female coach, because one, you didn't ask for all this, but you asked me a question. One, when you have If I'm the Knicks coach and you have a 5-game losing streak, it's not going to be about the losing streak. It's going to be about being a female coach. So you, as an organization and a franchise, you have to be prepared for that and strong enough to endure those types of instances when you're going to look for or hire a female coach.
Do you think it happens? Do you think it'll happen in your lifetime? Where a women's coach, a woman is.
I don't, and I hope I'm wrong.
Okay, we'll take one final question here in the middle, second row. If you'll pass the mic down, please.
C.L. Brown with the Louisville Courier-Journal. Dawn, there's been, I guess, a proliferation of participation in 3-on-3s, organized 3-on-3s. I was just wondering, since Joyce was a part of that team you guys had, what are the benefits you see in that? Is it a matter of, do players do a lot more individual kind of training sometimes in the off season, and you want more organized, or just if you could walk me through what you see comes out of it?
I mean, a lot of what we already do on just as a coach, whether it's basketball, football, soccer, you break basketball down into small parts. 3-on-3 is a part of what we do. There's, in a basketball court is what you do when there are 3 players on this side and 2 players on the other side. You break those things down. You make them play 1-on-1, 2-on-2, 3-on-3, 4-on-4, 5-on-5. So it's a part of the breakdown. I think what 3-on-3 does is it reveals who can actually play, because you gotta be smart. Like, there's certain things that happen out there, the spacing out there on the floor. It's read and react, and you can see who is skilled enough, who's intelligent enough to read and react and make, on both sides of the ball. So, I mean, Joyce is, I believe Joyce is gonna have to make a choice, whether she's gonna be an Olympian for 5x5 or 3x3.
Coach Staley, thank you for your time this.
Thank you.